In the summer of 1949, the world held its breath. The Soviet Union detonated its first atomic bomb, nicknamed First Lightning, on August 29th. The test site was in Semipalatinsk, a remote region of Kazakhstan. This explosion sent shockwaves across the globe. The Cold War had entered a dangerous new phase. No longer did the United States hold a monopoly on nuclear weapons. The Soviet achievement came as a surprise to many in the West. They believed the Soviets were years behind in nuclear research. The truth was far more complex. The Soviet Union had been working hard on its own atomic bomb project since the 1940s. The race for the bomb was on. The Soviets faced many challenges. World War II had devastated their scientific infrastructure. Resources were scarce, yet the Soviets were determined to catch up. The threat posed by the United States after the bombings of Hiroshima and Nagasaki spurred them on. They knew they needed to achieve nuclear parity. The Soviet Union understood the power of these new weapons. They knew that having the bomb meant having a seat at the table of world power. The successful test at Semipalatinsk was a defining moment. It marked the beginning of a new era, the atomic age. The Soviet atomic bomb project might have been delayed without the work of Georgy Flyorov. Flyorov was a brilliant young physicist. He made a crucial observation in 1942. He noticed a strange silence in the scientific literature coming from the West. American and British physicists had stopped publishing research on nuclear fission. Flyorov understood the implications. He realized that the Allies were developing atomic weapons in secret. He wrote a letter to Soviet leader Joseph Stalin, urging him to start a similar program. Stalin agreed, and the Soviet atomic bomb project was born. Flyorov's discovery was a turning point. It highlighted the importance of scientific intelligence. The Soviets knew they needed to find out what the Americans were doing. They turned to espionage to close the gap. The race for the bomb was not just about scientific knowledge, it was also about secrets, spies, and the high-stakes world of international intrigue. The Soviets were remarkably successful in penetrating the Manhattan Project. This was the code name for the American atomic bomb effort. They recruited a network of spies, including Klaus Fuchs and Theodore Hall. Both physicists worked at Los Alamos, the secret laboratory where the bomb was being designed. Fuchs and Hall provided the Soviets with vital information. This included the theoretical design of the plutonium bomb and the implosion method. The Soviets were able to make significant progress thanks to these secrets. They avoided costly and time-consuming mistakes. The Soviets also benefited from the capture of German scientists after World War II. Many of these scientists had been involved in the Nazi nuclear program. While not as advanced as the American effort, the German program provided the Soviets with valuable expertise and technology. The Soviets were able to jumpstart their own research. The information they gained through espionage and captured scientists was crucial. This allowed them to develop their own atomic bomb much faster than many thought possible. The successful test of RDS-1, the Soviet Union's first atomic bomb, sent shockwaves around the world. It shattered the American monopoly on nuclear weapons. The world entered a new and uncertain era, the Cold War. The Soviet atomic bomb test had profound implications. It intensified the rivalry between the United States and the Soviet Union. It fueled an arms race. Both superpowers raced to build more powerful and destructive weapons. The world lived under the shadow of nuclear annihilation for decades. The legacy of the atomic bomb is complex. On the one hand, it ushered in an era of unprecedented danger. The possibility of nuclear war remains a threat. On the other hand, the fear of nuclear war has also served as a deterrent. It has prevented large-scale conflicts between major powers. The story of the Soviet atomic bomb is a reminder of the power and peril of scientific discovery. It is a story about the complexities of the Cold War. It is a story that continues to shape our world today.